It's too easy to overload, 'cause life is an open road.
Hi, we're back with Just a Gypsy with Nick Russell. Nick, what is the hobby that is just made for RVers?
Oh, geocaching is the hobby for RVers. It's the perfect hobby. Doesn't take a lot of equipment, doesn't take a lot of expense. You get a lot of exercise. You see some really neat things. It's just perfect for RVing.
What now? Okay, what is it basically? It's a sort of like a worldwide treasure hunt in essence.
It's a worldwide treasure hunt. I always tell people that we use $20 million government satellites to find Tupperware hidden in the woods. But it's basically people go out and hide what are called catches. And the catch could be anything from a little pill bottle with a note into it up to a 5-gallon pail with trinkets and toys in it.
Okay, well,
and the idea is that you go find it.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I've got a picture of an example of one of these up right now, and that gives you an idea of the kind of things there. But these caches can be pretty varied, correct?
Right. This is one I found in Florida. In fact, this is the first catch I ever found in Wellborn, Florida, years ago. And like I say, there's some little toys and trinkets in there. I've been to other catches where they've had everything from books to just a little logbook to sign.
Okay. Now the website, there's a website for this, which is geocaching.org, I believe, geocaching.com. And that's sort of the national directory.
That's where you'll find all the catches and the listings of them. It doesn't cost anything to use it, or you can become a paid member, which is $3 a month, and it gives you some extra benefits and things. But yeah, that's where you go to get the catches. That's where they're hidden.
But you can also log what you found. You kind of keep your own online logbook of your finds there as well.
Right. And you'll find people that have found thousands of catches. We've found a few hundred, but you'll find people that have found thousands of catches. Some people want to find a catch in every city or every state or every whatever. And there are different kinds of catches. There are cemetery catches where you're going to cemeteries and finding a certain gravestone. And there are catches for historical sites. There are catches that are around themes. The themes may be Disney type stuff, or Boy Scouting, or things like that.
Well, is there a second? Why is it? What makes it fun to do this? Is it the thrill of the hunt, or what?
I'm a lazy guy. My wife can't get me to go for a walk. I mean, I'm not going to go for a walk. That's boring. But you give me put a GPS in my hand and tell me that there's a Tupperware thing full of McDonald's toys hidden somewhere, and I'll walk all day to find it. So, it's exercise. It's one of the best things we can do for ourselves besides physical exercise is keeping our minds exercised.
Okay.
And some of these catches are very cleverly hidden. So, it gives you both mental and physical exercise.
Well, what do you get? Okay, so you're trying to
get to see things.
So you find a cache, but you find it with you use GPS. So you're given basically latitude and longitude coordinates, right? And then
given the coordinates,
and maybe some clues.
Need to understand. I'm sorry. You need to understand that most GPSs are only accurate within, say, 30 feet.
Gotcha.
So you hide something and you give the coordinates, you could be 30 feet off, actually. I show up with my GPS, I could be as much as 30 feet off.
Right.
So I've got a 60-foot radius. GPS will get you close.
Right.
Sometimes they're very obvious and you can look right at them and there's the catch. And other times you really have to spend some time searching around for them. And some of the people are very clever in the way they hide them. So that throws into it too. Now,
sometimes in the information that you find online about a particular catch you'll see there'll be some special clues as well, right, for how to find it.
Right. Some will have some clues, and some of the clues can be very clever. We've had some that we have scratched our heads forever. I'm very good about finding the general vicinity of the catch, and my wife Terry, we catch together. She's the one that she's so much smarter than I am. She can kind of read the clues and go, okay, this makes sense, and come and find it.
Well, then okay. So there's sort of an etiquette for when you find these, correct? When you find them, you're supposed to put something in as well, or how does that work?
The etiquette is if it's a catch where you actually pick up something, where you take a little trinket or something, you should take something and leave something if you can. We have a little box of little trinkets and things. A lot of times we'll just carry them from one catch to another. There are also what they call travel bugs, and they are There are little things in there that have almost like an army dog tag with a individual serial number. And sometimes the travel bug wants to go to another catch. And
Mm-hmm.
some of them have a theme, like they want to be left near baseball parks, or they want to be left near beaches, and others just want to go everywhere. And it's quite often, or it's quite interesting to get a travel bug and look back on it. One I found in Kentucky one time years ago has been as far as to China and back, and to Afghanistan and back.
Wow.
So it's very interesting. You can kind of track it through that serial number.
That's fascinating.
And the other etiquette, of course, is hide the catch. You know, when you find it, rehide it. Sometimes people will open one and just leave it sitting out in the open and it gets ruined, or things like that, or local kids will find it and play with it. So
right,
put it back. It's like anything else. Put it back the way you found it, or the way it should be.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Because it can become ruined, of course. Now, what I'm showing here is a fairly typical GPS device. And now, is this the one that you use?
Yeah, that's mine. It's a Garmin Map 60.
Okay.
It's a little more advanced than some of the others, but it's a very popular GPS for geocaching and hiking and that sort of
Okay. What's the cost of these normally of a decent one?
A decent GPS is going to start around $100 and go
Okay.
up to several hundred.
Okay, that's not too bad. Now, can you do this with some cell phones or not?
Yes, like the Droid cell phones and some of those
Mm-hmm.
are pretty accurate. They'll get you pretty close.
Okay, so but and the reason, of course, the idea of the reason it's so great for RVers, of course, is that you're traveling anyway. I mean, it gives you destinations in essence along the way, and if you use the website, say you're going to Sacramento, you can look up caches that are going to be on the route to Sacramento, correct?
Right, and there are a tremendous number of caches that are actually hidden in highway rest areas.
Oh,
So that makes it great, because every 100 miles or so, we like to pull into a rest area, get out, stretch our legs, walk around, check our vehicle and our tow vehicle, make sure everything's fine, and then pick up a cache while we're there. And also now with the new smartphone technology, there are several apps for different smartphones that'll show you where caches are based on where you're standing right at the moment.
right. And now geocaching.com, one of the rules about it is these are not they're not for profit in essence. Geocaches, you
No,
cannot.
no.
Yeah, you can't. You're not going to run into something where it's something commercial like from Kmart or a coupon or something that you feel like, oh
No.
gee, it's just somebody wanting to sell me something. It's these are
Right, it's
genuine articles of interest or genuine locales of interest.
Right. Now, we have found some caches that are actually hidden at commercial establishments, either by the owners because they're into geocaching,
Uh-huh.
or by a friend or family member, and with the permission of the business. But no, it's a family-friendly hobby, and it's something you can take your grandkids. We've taken our grandkids geocaching and gotten my daughter and them hooked on it, and your great-grandkids or whatever, and you don't have to worry about somebody trying to hit you up for money for what
Right.
you're doing.
Now you blog about the hobby occasionally on your blog, right? As well as
We do.
we can find more information about how to do it. And there's information at geocaching.com in terms of how to get into it. And if you're an RVer and you're on the road, it's something that makes your trips, I think, that much more interesting. We're going to wrap up here, and just want to let you know once again that if you want to make a suggestion or contact Nick or I about the show, make a suggestion or have a question or comment, just telephone 877-578 RVNN, and you can use extension 707. That takes you right into Nick's voicemail. You can also email Nick at gypsy@rvnn.tv, and also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and follow us on Flickr as well. Also, if you want to get up to the minute information or up to the minute notifications from rvnn.tv, just text RVNN to 72727, and we'll let you know when things are breaking here at the network. That's all we've got for today. Thanks for joining us. Hey, keep safe there, Nick, out in Yuma. Or not
Good.
Yuma. Yeah, well, you're heading for
See you
Yuma.
again.
So stay safe, and we'll see you next time on Just a Gypsy.
Life is an open road, fill her up and foot to the floor. Life is a one-way street, there's no going back for more.
like this from the world of RVs, head to RVNN.com.